Hello, hello, scrapping friends. It's Jen. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought I'd just check in today and share a couple of layouts that I've recently completed using, of all things, cell phone photos. So it's just amazing to me how a change in technology can have such an impact on your life, because even just a few years ago, these memories probably would have never made it into my scrapbooks. Now that we have the iPhone and the ability to take pictures, and actually you'll see that they turned out quite good for cell phone photos, but I'm able to actually include some things in my scrapbooks that otherwise wouldn't have made it in there, like just a typical day at a park when you wouldn't normally think to take your camera. So that's what this first layout is. Just a little local park by our house. My son and I were down there, and he was skipping rocks in the creek, and it was just so beautiful that day and very picturesque, and he was so happy and having fun that I just really wanted to capture that moment. And I was able to do that with my iPhone. And then I didn't want to spend a lot of time on the page. One of my scrapping resolutions this year is to try and simplify my scrapping so I can try to have more in my albums, and also to take a little pressure off of myself and just enjoy the process a little more. So you'll see I don't have any die cuts on this page. All of the embellishments are stickers that came with the October afternoon, I think it's campfire, or let me see. I don't know if this release was called Campfire or The Great Outdoors, but a lot of the stickers came from this sheet. Oftentimes I'll go ahead and just buy the whole collection pack from a manufacturer because it's more economical, especially if you have a coupon or something. But so often I really don't care for the embellishments, but I thought this was a really, really cute line, and they went perfectly with the theme. So the papers and embellishments are mostly from October Afternoon's collection, and then I have, let's see, this paper was from the American Crafts Campy Trails collection. So those two collections really paired together well. And I just arranged the photos in a really simple pattern, added some paper. The stickers, the letter stickers, also came with the October Afternoon collection. They don't stand out as much as I would like them to. I don't know if you can see, let's see that any better. Perhaps if they were a little lighter, or the pattern paper I picked wasn't so busy, they might stand out more. But it was finished, and I called it good, and I'm happy with the results. The other item I added here was washi tape, and this is from the Amy Tangerine mixtape line. So it's the bottom green one, and it's almost a little bit translucent, and I thought it really worked well on this page. So the last thing I need to add is just double check the date when we were there, and I'll write that in on the label at the top. But this page went together very quickly, and I just love how it turned out. Oh, the other thing is one of these stickers, the star border sticker, was actually from one of the sticker sheets. So it's really just a short sticker, but it gives the appearance of a full 12-inch long sticker because I trimmed it and just tucked it under the corners of each photos just to give the illusion that it was actually a full border sticker. So that's the first one. And let me switch up to the second one. I love really because of the subject matter. Let me make sure I have that straight in the camera. Sorry. Okay, these photos were taken by my husband on his cell phone when he took my son to a soccer tournament in Louisville, Kentucky. And they were in between games and had some time to kill, and decided to stop by the Louisville Slugger Museum. And I don't know if you can tell, here's my son by this big bat in his soccer uniform. So I think that's kind of ironic that he's there, you know, in soccer gear. But he's one of those kids that loves all sports and wanted to see this museum. And as they were there, they discovered that there was a signature wall which had all of the autographs of the players that have had contracts, back contracts with Louisville Slugger over the years. Now, my son knew that my father played in the minor leagues, the AAA, which is the division right below majors. But he had a bat contract with Louisville Slugger, and so my son thought, hey, I'm going to look for Granddad's name on the wall. And my husband was there like, okay, just kind of appeasing him, never thinking that my dad's name would actually be on the wall. And lo and behold, they found it. And my father didn't even know it was there. And I'm so happy that my husband had his cell phone camera with him so he could capture these images, and we could share them with my dad so that he could see. And we thought it was really cute too because his name appeared right below Pete Rose. So it was kind of just this neat moment, and my father just felt like it was fate that his grandson found his name on the wall. So I'm going to type up that story and tuck it in this pocket. And forgive me, I'm not sure if those little envelopes are Seven Gypsies or they might be another brand, and I can't think of it now. I purchased a little pack of them at Archivers, and they're really cute, just little old-fashioned envelopes and perfect for typing up some journaling to include into the page. So I used these photos, and I did a block mat because sometimes I think if you cluster your pictures together and group mat them, it kind of gives the impact of an enlarged photo, like an 8x10 or something. And then to set the photos apart a little bit, I used these craft, photo corners, which I always see Jen Gallagher use them on the 2Ps website, and I purchased some of them. I have die cuts that do this, but these are really small and they're self-adhesive and they just tuck on the corners. You can even go back in your album and put them in after the fact if you've ever stuck a photo down and really thought, oh, I should have matted that to make it stick out a little more. It kind of gives the illusion of matting without all of the work. So I bought them in, let's see, black and craft. I use the craft quite often. And then I also bought them in white, which the white take Copic marker coloring very, very well. So if you are looking to add some of these to your collection, they are really versatile. And I'll show you on the next page, I used the white ones with the Copic marker coloring. So there's the craft and black, and they're made by Scrapbook adhesives if you're looking for them. I picked mine up at Archivers, but I'm sure you can find them wherever. Another item I used on this is kind of after I was putting the page together before I adhered it, I felt like I needed something to break up the green and the brown, and I pulled these out of my stash. These, I guess, have been out for a while, but I picked them up only recently, again at Archivers. They're made by KI Memories, and they're just really border strips, and they're stickers, and they're like a thick cardstock but neutral colors, so I thought that those came in handy. The paper that I used for this, let me see, for the background is from the Crate Paper Peppermint Collection Kit, is the wood grain. And then the green actually is from a different Crate Paper Collection Kit, and I can't remember which one, but the wood grain was from the peppermint, and the green was from a similar collection, and as was this one little border sticker that I put on. The stamp is Jelly Bean Soup, and then the ticket and memories I think are also from one of the Crate Paper collection, the embellishments. And then I just put the story in October Afternoon mini stickers, and again I'll kind of type up the journaling and tuck it in that pocket. So really happy with how this turned out, and again so happy that my husband had the capability to take pictures on his cell phone to capture that moment, not only for me but for my dad as well. So that's kind of just a really fun memory to document. And then the last one I was going to share with you, I actually put this up on my blog, so some of you, if you ever go out and visit my blog, may have seen this already. But this layout was done with cell phone photos as well, and it didn't really, the scan didn't turn out very well on my blog because it's pretty dimensional, and sometimes that doesn't scan as well. But I think it's funny, if you look at this picture of my son, his leg looks like it's about a mile long because the proportion of the camera was off. I guess the cell phone cameras do have their limitations, but I still wanted to capture this moment. You know, my son was having physical therapy, so it wasn't something that I normally would have taken a camera to, but when we got there, there were a bunch of high school and college age athletes getting worked on, and he just felt so important. Like the look on his face was just priceless. So he was getting ready for a big soccer trip out of the country, so I titled it Preparing for Adventure. And the papers are October Afternoon. And I also wanted to try why it's so dimensional, is I had to lift up some of the photos and so forth to allow for these little flags, which is a trend, and I seem to love them on everyone else's page. I'm not really sure if I'm fond of them on this page, but I wanted to give it a try. Let's see what else. The die cuts were done on my Eclipse machine, the word adventure, and then both of these border edges as well. So let me see what else. I think I used the Tim Holtz, the small ticket die to cut these elements. I think it's called, hang on, I have it right here. It's this die, the Tim Holtz Alterations Tiny Tabs and Tags die. And the stamps I used that went right on it are from Stephanie Bernard's The Stamps of Life collection. So those really worked well together. But as I was mentioning before, with the photo corners, they started out white. Oh, I'm sorry. They started out white, but I added some coloring with my Copic markers to get them to be kind of an off-white, just to blend in with the October afternoon paper. And so here I use the photo corners not to accent the photos, but kind of that pattern paper in the middle. And let's see, that's it. I have one more page that I'm working on, so maybe I'll kind of issue it as a bit of a challenge for you to pull some photos out of your cell phone, actually get them scrapped. This is the background that I plan to use, and these are the photos, again, captured with a cell phone at my sister's house. She did an ice cream sundae bar, and this is my little niece Lily. She's adorable, and my son James, and they were really into making these ice cream sundaes. So I had this in my stash. I went kind of and shopped my stash, and you know what this is? Adhered down. Oh, I'm not going to be able to tell you what. My Little Shoebox. Okay, it's a My Little Shoebox. It's actually from an old Club Ruby kit, but when I turned it on its side and had the stripes go vertical, I thought that that would be perfect for an ice cream sundae page. And I had this Bo Bunny double dot paper that picked up the kind of burgundy pinkish color exactly. So I went ahead and mounted that. And then I intend to kind of have my pictures on a little bit of an angle here, and perhaps one up and one down, maybe something like this to kind of black out the refrigerator or some distraction. So maybe I'll have the title here and an ice cream embellishment there. So that's my goal, is to get these pictures scrapped so that I can add more of the cell phone pictures into my album. So that's all for today, guys. Hopefully you all will get some cell phone photos printed off of your phone and get them into your albums, and I'd love to see what you come up with. So either link it below the YouTube video or on my blog, and I'd love to check it out. Thanks so much for stopping by today. See you next time.